What's up, world? It's your boy Shawn Max Speaks. Welcome to VOL. Listen out loud. Another beautiful day. Always a beautiful day, man. Just celebrated my young son's first birthday, man. So salute to him. Big up to him. Big up to everybody out there, man. Big up to everybody out there that's still grinding, that's still pushing, that's still finding yourself, still finding something to motivate you, something to inspire you, man. And I hope every time I put out a video, every time I, just open my mouth, man, I try to let it be something encouraging, something, thought-provoking, not nothing to try to sway you away from, your belief and your thing, but just something to encourage you and to inspire you to go above and beyond, to think a little bit different, maybe, go deeper into your mindset and really unlock the full potential of using your mind, using who you are, what you are. I had a conversation, man, the other day in regards to people who got kids and were really fathers who have children but ain't there to support their kids, and also like fathers who just not in the picture at all. And the conversation was basically about, well, at least, this child, father is somewhat involved. You know what I'm saying? Not fully, but somewhat. I guess every blue moon, whenever, they decide to be involved. And then we got another child whose father is obsolete. You dig what I'm saying? Nowhere in the picture, no nothing. And the conversation was just basically about how the one child whose father is sometimes there is better than the child whose father ain't there at all, which I think is all complete total BS all the way around the board, man. And in the conversation, I mean, it was just a basic conversation, man, but I always use myself in most conversations as an example. If I never been there, if I don't know nothing about it, then I'm sitting back and I'm listening. If I never, got to that peak of the mountain and I'm trying to explain to somebody else how this peak of the mountain is and I never experienced it, I can't say nothing. I sit back and I let the people who took that journey, the people who, got to that height, or the people who've been through this and been through that, let them explain it. So with me being a father who got 3 boys, and I'm here every single day consistently and doing everything that I can do as far as raising them and teaching them and everything like that, it's hard for me to accept the fact that if your father is in your life whenever he feel like being there, whenever he choose to be there, it's total BS. It's still not enough. I believe that you got to be committed. Anything that you do in life, you got to be committed to it. Rather it's being a parent, rather it's whatever your vocation is, whatever you're going to school for, whatever you trying to create, entrepreneurship, whatever it may be, man, just life in general, you got to be committed. Even to figuring yourself out, you got to be committed. So if the father ain't fully in that child's life, man, it can also impact that child. That child can still grow up, because I know people, man, listen, I've been through it. I know people that mother wasn't fully involved in their life. You dig what I'm saying? And that affects that affects that child, that affects that little girl. And a lot of times a person don't know that extent of the, neglect or not being there, or saying I'm coming and not show up, or whatever it may be, until they get a little bit older. Because a lot of times, as in my case, when I began to grow up and get a little bit older, everybody got issues. So I have my own personal issues, and I'm trying to figure out where did these issues come from. And so as I grew, as I started really digging into myself, into my spirit, into my mind, watching my step, my movement, why I do certain things, I could always relate it back to my childhood. I can always relate it back to some type of situation, some type of issue, some type of, disappointment that was in my childhood. I can always relate it back to my adult life and to why I do certain things. That goes for a lot of people. A lot of times people don't really, catch that. That's why I always tell people, go deeper into yourself, man. Take time to look at you and question you, and though if people be like, don't talk to yourself, that's crazy. Nah. You definitely want to talk to yourself and ask questions to yourself about certain things. Like, why am I doing this? And damn, why did I put my head down? And why didn't I go stronger? What stopped me from doing this? So a lot of times when kids grow up into adolescence, into, more maturity, they begin to ask those questions. I wish my pops was in my life more. You dig what I'm saying? I wish my mom was in my life more. I wish they would have guided me more. I wish they would have, gave me and fed me, more of this and more of that. So it all branches out, even though it's about, young kids without fathers, young kids who don't grow up with a parent consistently in their life, or really somebody to really mentor them or be with them. It does have its effects. It has its effects not just with parenthood, but it has its effects just in life in general. That when you miss out on somebody in your life, man, it can put roadblocks. Now, some people in life, man, know how to get over it. Some people is just automatically destined to just be like, look, I went through those troubles, but it didn't affect me. But then a lot of other people it do affect. So when you look at the world and be like, this world is crazy, all you got to do is trace back. Besides the people who just got, mental disorders, they just psycho like that. Besides that, but people who generally great people, or have the opportunity to be great, but it was a very, very rough, rocky road from the start. You see what I'm saying? And they have to fight a little bit harder to get that peace of mind, that place back in life where they supposed to be. It's like low self-esteem, right? Low self-esteem can come from not believing in yourself, not loving yourself, and again, not examining yourself. But it can, the trigger could have, the buildup could have been because you was getting bullied in school. The buildup could have been because you failed so many times and then people called you failure, or you a loser, or because you just wasn't that type of person in school that stood out and did this, and so people talked about you, or you didn't grow up in a with the name brand clothes, people talked about you. And if your mind ain't strong enough, those negative comments will affect you throughout life, to the point that you was once this in some time in your life, and now you done dumped down to this, which means low self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself. It's hard for you to do something outside the box. It's hard for you to go and create that business and do that because you don't have no belief in yourself. You look at yourself as being lower than everybody else. And again, man, that's why I say you gotta take time to reflect on yourself. You gotta take time to learn how to not allow for the distractions of not having a father, not having a mother, not having somebody, a mentor, somebody there that can tell you beyond the sky is the limit. You can do anything. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You are powerful. You are strong. A lot of kids don't grow up with that. A lot of people don't have that in their life, period. You don't see that walking around the neighborhood all the time. You can watch TV and you can hear it. You can watch it on YouTube. You can hear it. But it's different when you have that connection, that spiritual connection, that physical presence right there that can grab your hand and tell you that you are the one, that you can do some dope things. Don't give up. Don't do this. Because I have spoken to young kids, man, and told them, like, just ask them, like, what you want to do, what is this and what is that. Oh, I hate school, I don't like school, okay, but I want to be in the NBA. Okay, well, you need to go to college. Well, okay, or I want to do this and you need to do this. Well, yeah, but school is involved and whatnot. Then it comes to a point they be like, wow, you really think I can go to the NBA? I never thought like that. My mind never went that far. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm good enough. Man, if you practice, if you do this, if you do that, you will be good enough. You want to be a scientist if you study, and again, commitment, man. Commitment is all across the board with anything. If you commit yourself to it, man, and you say, I'm not going over here, I'm not going to go play this video game all day. I'm not going to sit on my phone and tweet and text and look at other people's lives all day, but I'm going to have my head in the book. I'm going to study this. I'm going to learn about this, whatever it is that you're attempting to do. Boom, you're going to get there with it. And to see a child's or a kid's, a young man's face light up and be like, wow, you really believe that can happen for me? You really believe that? And then later on down the road, I hear it like, now the kid is walking around talking about how great they're going to be. They're walking around talking about what their movement, what their passion, what they're attempting to do and become. You see what I'm saying? So commitment, man. So when you a father, man, and you got kids out here, you just don't know the greatness that you missing out on as far as instilling so much nice, dope things in your child's life. And to be able to light up when you standing in the stands watching them perform, when you sitting in a crowd watching them get an award, when you watching them get that trophy, when you looking at that report card and just being in their life and being able to say, I had something to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I had some type of role to put in that. And then to watch your child grow up even more, because I'm watching my 13, about to be 14-year-old, do big things in life. I mean, he's really, really doing big things. And I always tell him, I'm like, some kids is just, they need that push. They need that influence. They need that, because if not, it's easy to quit. It's so easy to quit, man. It's so easy, but it's so hard to stay focused, even on raising your kids. A lot of times, men will walk away from situations as far as raising a child because it's work. It's work. I got 3 boys, man. It's work. I mean, every 24/7, it's something. 24/7, you gotta be there. You gotta spend time with them, especially when they're young. They want to play. They want to do this with you. They want to do that with you. And then there's a connection, man. But a lot of times, parents do not want to be committed to spending their time taking care of their kids, talking to their kids an hour a day, sitting down at the table, reading books with their kids, listening to their kids read, go over school work, or even when summer break is on, you know what I'm saying, yet still taking time out your day to do it, because a lot of parents is too busy wanting to do whatever they want to do. They want to live their life. They want that freedom. So kids is, to some parents, is like a hindrance and a holdback, because look, man, I can't be me. I can't do what I want to do. But it's so much gratification in watching your child do dope things in life, and watching them smile, watching them hug you, watching them run up to you, watching them call you daddy, watching them call you mommy. It's beautiful, man. And a lot of times people miss out on that. So a lot of parents, what happens is, as they get older, their kids begin to have grandkids, and they be like, well, I'm going to try to make it up on this second round. I'm going to try to do this next thing with my grandkids. You see what I'm saying? And this goes to show, like, damn, I wish I was there more. Damn, I wish I'd have spent more time with my family. Some of the greats, when they was on their deathbed, said those same words. I wish I would have, not made a better art piece, or made a better sculpture, or made better music, or did that song. I wish I had more time, and I wish I would have dedicated and committed more time with my family, with my kids and my loved ones. You see what I'm saying? So that conversation is that I had was pointless. So rather, you gonna be all the way in with your kids, or you're not. I'm not biblical. I'm not a religious person. But the Bible do say, either be hot or be cold. Don't be lukewarm, or I'll spit you out. You see what I'm saying? Either you gonna be fully committed, or you ain't gonna be committed. Because in my point of view, my belief, the way I see it, man, I'd rather for a father not to be nowhere in my life, completely gone, than to half-ass it and show up when they want to show up, talk to me when they want to talk to me, do a little bit of this, because that's more hurtful. Because now you gonna ask questions when your father ain't there. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna always ask questions because you don't never see him. But when your father in and out your life, sometime he pop up, sometime he don't. That's frustrating. You're like, you know what, I don't got time for this. That's just like a job. Some days the job is just shitty. The other days the job is just like, this is dreadful. You dig what I'm saying? So there's no like, nice, this job is great. No, you know, I'm tired of this. It's like people having mood swings and shit like that. You don't want to deal with people. One day you up, one day you down. One day, that's too much. Either you're going to be up or you're going to be down so I can get used to it. You see what I'm saying? So either you're going to be in my life or you're going to be out my life so I understand what's going on. But if your father is not in your life, if your parent is not in your life, and you're a child or you're adolescent, or even if you're an adult, man, it comes a point in time, even with you, that you question, okay, you go back in your mindset, you figure out, like, okay, why did that happen? He wasn't there. Okay, so I'm not gonna let that affect my life. I'm not gonna let that stop me. I'm not gonna let that hinder me and me doing great. So that's what I mean by taking time to reflect on yourself, taking time to understand, okay, I did that because of this. I'm not gonna let you're sorry, you know, supposed to be there for me or comfort me or whatever else, make me become ill will or make me become like you and not be in my child's life, or make me miss out on my dreams and stuff because I'm sitting in the corner still, you know, got my head down, pouting because my father wasn't there or my mother wasn't there or I didn't have nobody there in my life. You know what? I'm gonna get me some books. I'm gonna read some books. I'm gonna listen to some stuff and get my motivation, get my inspiration up, and I'm gonna get to that next level. I'm gonna get to that next point. You see what I'm saying? So commitment, man, and anything that you do in life is very, very crucial. It's very, 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 it is. Be committed to even being self-aware to yourself, to the point that I'm not going to walk around in this world with my head down no more. I'm not going to look down on myself no more. I had to do that. I had to look at myself and be like, man, I talk this great game, and I know so much stuff, but I don't apply it to myself. I give it to all these other people that I talk to, all these you know, grown men, young men, whatever it may be, young women, whatever, old women, I give all, but I'm not giving myself none of that. Like, I'm telling them, you kings and you queens and you powerful, you can do anything you want to do. You know, you just work at it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you connected to, that's your passion. Whatever you feel pulled to, go make it happen. If that's what if you dream about it, go do it. Don't be a follower, but be a leader. And I had to implement that in my own life. You see what I'm saying? I had to tell my own self this stuff because I didn't have nobody in my life to tell me, you know, the dope things and the great stuff and you know, all you can do. I didn't have that, so I had to figure that out on my own. That's why I think I'm so passionate about extending my hand to anybody else that needs some type of uplifting, some type of cheerleading to root you on, to tell you that you can do it, and not just that, but to walk with you, to be right there in the corner, man. So always remember, man, to look at yourself, man, and regardless of the trials and tribulations, the situations that you've been in, don't allow that to affect you to the point that you just gonna become a loser in life, or you're not gonna follow your passion. You're not gonna follow whatever belief and whatever dreams you got. You dig what I'm saying, man? You gotta definitely understand how to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, it's hard for you to do anything. If I never been through nothing, now let me end it on this. To all the people who ain't never experienced nothing, you can't sit around here and try to tell somebody else how to make this happen, how to do this, how to do that. You can't do it if you ain't been to that level. That's why I try to grow every day and learn something every day and go through experiences every day, so I can learn from it, and then I can also use that and regurgitate all that knowledge, that information, and give it to somebody else. So if I decide to go climb up Mount Everest and I know what it feels like and I see how high I got, didn't make it to the top, I can go back and I can tell somebody else. That's why so many people write books and got so much literature about things, because they can go back and tell somebody else. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't been there, you can't do it. If you ain't been through a struggle of having, like, you got 3 kids, 3 different baby daddies, if you ain't been through that struggle, don't down that person because they're going through it. Don't look down on that person because of this. If you see somebody homeless on the street, you don't understand how they got there. You ain't been through it. You don't look down on that person. That's why a homeless person always extend their hand to help another homeless person. You see what I'm saying? So don't be that person, man. If you don't got that know-how, then stop trying to tell people something just because you think you got it. When you don't got it, you don't got it, man. Leave that alone. If you ain't got to that level, stop. Let somebody who got to that level help that person. You see what I'm saying? Or send that person that way. Stop talking down about people, man, and then start helping people, because it's too much gossip, too much negativity out here. But be committed to yourself, man. Be committed to life. I'm Shawn Max Speaks. Vision Out Loud. I salute y'all, man. Enjoy y'all day. Always believe in yourself. Always uplift the hand and go down and lift up somebody else, man. Salute.